Slayer! Hi, I'm Tom, and approximately 6 months ago I started a Sisters of Battle penitent host led by the Inquisition. I wanted Inquisitor Karamazov to be the figurehead of my army, and I decided to use this as an opportunity to upgrade his old kit into a new one. And I did that by turning this famous piece of Warhammer art into a reality: Inquisitor Karamazov and the Throne of Justice. Check the video link below if you want to watch the kitbash of this. Unfortunately, Karamazov doesn't have any rules in 10th edition, so I asked you all what should I run him as, and the highest vote by far was the Triumph of Saint Katherine. The Triumph of Saint Katherine can also be added to a squad of Battle Sisters, so I thought, why not kitbash 10 more models? Let me know what you think of it in the comments, and please subscribe to see the rest of the project. And if you want to see behind the scenes, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I also have affiliate links in the video description below. So here is Karamazov. I used the Ballistus Dreadnought chassis to add height on lots of bits from other kits. The retinue below are a mixture of flagellants, servitors, death cult assassins, a Ministorum priest, a crusader, a repentia, and other retinue. So a real mix of Imperial Agents of the Inquisition. The Battle Sisters squad is going to need to have a similar theme and feel. The idea is unique, dark, and awesome. There's also a potential opportunity to add some models from my collection that I haven't got round to painting yet. And here are 2 Ministorum priests I kitbash, which will lead my repentia models in the finished army. This is the sort of vibe I'm going for. So, in a Battle Sisters squad, there are 9 Battle Sisters and a Sister Superior. The Sisters all have bolters apart from one Sister, which can be given a Storm Bolter, a Melter Gun, or a Flamer, and one other Sister that can be given the same options, or the heavy versions, a Heavy Bolter, a Multi-Melter, or a Heavy Flamer. The Sister Superior can be given different weapons too. Of note, a power weapon for melee. So as a starting point, I picked up an Imperial Agents kit. This has so many cool models in it, and lots of bits that can be used too. Of note, the Servitor in this kit really is perfect for the heavy weapon options, because if I want to give the squad a different loadout, I can just switch in a different Servitor. It's also a dangerous job carrying a Melter, so a Servitor is on theme. To start kitbashing, I obtained a Battle Sisters squad, and then I started trying to combine the Sisters parts with the Imperial Agents bodies, and it just didn't feel right. The bodies of the Imperial Agents looked all gaunt and flimsy. This Stormbolter guy looks like he would fall over after a burst of fire. So my second idea, I had lots and lots of Inquisitor models I've collected over the years and never used. Eureka! What a perfect opportunity to just pick the coolest models I have and use them in this squad. I decided to be less worried about specific equipment on the models, and I just went with the rule of cool. I have this Inquisitor from the Witch Hunters Codex era. I managed to get a Gideon Lore off eBay too. What a cool model. That's 2 of my squad already, and 3 with the Servitor. I also got this Uriah Jacobus, who is a Ministorum missionary. Such a cool model. This metal missionary or preacher has so much character, and he's carrying a plasma gun the size of himself. It could also be used as the sister that carries a simulacrum, and it even has a huge Ministorum symbol as an icon. I then started searching through my collection of Inquisitors and Witch Hunters from Warhammer Fantasy. I even have some out-of-print Forge World Inquisitors, like Inquisitor Rex and Inquisitor Locke. Super detailed. I have a Galen and Duralia from Sigmar, and with a little bit of kitbashing they would be perfect. I even have the new Warhammer Plus exclusive models. So much character. After more pondering, I decided to go with Inquisitor Rex. He would be a good proxy for the Sister Superior. A huge powerhouse with a huge shield and a power sword. But I didn't want to use any of his retinue. That's 6 models sorted. Galen and Duralia were really calling to me, but I realised on close inspection they have a lot of fantasy parts moulded close to the body, and it would be a challenge to remove these without making the model look silly. Maybe I'll use them in a future kitbash. I also turned to the Age of Sigmar Hexbane Hunters. Some super cool models in this, namely a Witch Hunter which could easily be kitbashed. And this huge heavy dude is just so ominous and has an amazing pose. So that's 8 models sorted. I also love this Necromunda Bounty Hunter, Eros Slagmist. What a cool name. This needs to go into my squad. The long flowing cloak makes them look straight out of an Imperial retinue. Maybe I can add some bits to it to improve the Inquisition feel. That's 9 models sorted. And also from the world of Necromunda is this hired gun. I love the pose and I love the look of the model. Just looks like it's half Servitor or something, and has been chosen to be on the front line as a penance, like cannon fodder. I removed the original spear and I tried to make it look like the Death Wielder Imperial Agent from the Kill Team kit. And I've also added an Inquisitor branded shoulder pad. So that's my 10 models. What a mix, all unique and different. It was at this point that I realised this one squad alone was worth around £400 with eBay and Games Workshop prices. Is it stupid for me to use them, or should I just sell the expensive ones? Well, you only live once, so why not? Some of the old metal models were missing parts, so they would need to be fixed. This Inquisitor has a gap where I can add a bolt arm, and also I'm going to need to craft some form of sword for the other arm. Pink! That's gone off into the warp somewhere. I obtained this bolter from the Battle Sisters kit. It can be very easy to put it into this gap. I tidied it up and then measured it. The metal model has a nub where there used to be a metal bolter or plasma gun. And a little tip, when cutting metal I have two sets of pliers. I have a sharp one that I don't use on metal, I use for plastic only, and then a blunt old crappy one that I use for metal. The old metal Warhammer models can be cut with a knife. I then got these Grey Knights parts and took some bits out to try and do a dry fit. I could give it a staff. I could give him a huge power sword, rest over his back in a cool pose. Yeah, looks maybe put it, stand it on the floor. That would look cool. And then I turned again to the Imperial Agents kill team. This Eviscerator, almost a perfect height to fit exactly in the gap. A bit of trimming of the Eviscerator, I got it into place. I then took this cool skull with an Inquisitor symbol gorged into the head and decided to use this as the top of the sword. So I used my pin vise to drill a little hole into it, and I pinned that on top of the arm. Then onto the Hexbane Hunters. This huge dude is going to be awesome, but he's got a tiny little pea head. Very strange. First things first, I knew I needed to remove the head and replace it with something bigger. I chose a Grey Knight unhelmeted head. Cut away the original head from the inside, removed all of these pegs so the model goes together smoother. Look at the size comparison of these heads. And then I wanted to get rid of this axe. I wanted to give it some weapons that felt more like they were from the Inquisition or from 40k. Got this staff, got some of these swords from the Grey Knights kits. I knew I needed to remove the hands, so I've cut them off at the wrist. And what I want to do is use this staff arm because it's longer than this hammer. But I'm going to have to cut it in numerous parts to make it fit. So I drilled a pin in each arm, put the staff in and the hammer arm in, and then glued them together in the middle. I gave him a storm bolter, and then I also put some parts of a sentinel on his back as well. This is the Witch Hunter from the same kit. I've given him a plasma pistol arm. I left the torch arm on, and then later removed it. And again, this is like a Servitor book skull. I'm having a look, see if I can fit it on the model, make it look more Inquisition themed. Here's Inquisitor Rex. This model is so detailed, covered in like altars and fonts and shrines and loads of gold. It's a really, really awesome model. So the hammer heavy dude, I decided I didn't like the storm bolter. It looked a bit silly. So I designed this shield with the Inquisition symbol on and 3D printed it. Thought it'd be cool to have a melee focused, like heavy at the front line. I might add an Ogryn to the squad later as well. And I've given them all a messy paint job. We'll base them on all of these cool bases as well. I've done a guide on that. Yeah, here's the hired gun. It's looking really cool on these bases. This is Slag Mist. And I've given him the the sort of servo skull bit from the Kill Team kit. Really, really cool model. I think this is my favourite of all of them. This is Gideon Law. This, yeah, I'm loving the plasma. I went with a green for some reason, but I think it came out quite well. I might redo the leather on the front as it looks a bit messy, but here's Inquisitor Rex. How cool is this model? It's now out of print, which is why the squad was so expensive, but it's so detailed. I'm gonna do a glow effect on the sword, I think, as well. Maybe do it in blue. Look at the trim on the cloak, covered in Inquisition symbols. Here's the Servitor. Just, yeah, such a cool model. And I think there's one of each heavy option. Here's the bases. Here's the missionary guy, the huge plasma. I don't know if there's a law rule on colour of plasma, but I love orange and yellow. Just looks so cool. It also ties in with all the candles across my army. Here's Uriah. This is such a cool model. Look at the flaming skull lantern thing. Just the pose on it as well. So detailed. Yeah, came out quite well, to be honest. These bases really transform these models as well. One of my favourite. Here's the Witch Hunter, sort of Codex era Inquisitor with the finished arm and sword. The Witch Hunter from the Hexbane squad. I didn't like the lantern, so I've added a power sword to him, and also added this little cherub, because in the Battle Sisters squad there are cherubs. Yeah, it looks so cool. And here is the squad. So yeah, gonna count as Battle Sisters, 10 of them. I think one of them has the correct loadout, but who cares about loadout really? I'm not going to be playing in tournaments or anything like that. I only play for the lols. And here they are all posed with the Triumph. It looks so cool. It sort of blends into the Triumph or the Karamazov base as well. Yeah, looks amazing. All the candles and little glow, like the plasma here, blends in with the candles. It's awesome. And thank you to my latest Patreon supporter, Jared Trulock. Hail to you, champion. I don't know if anyone ever gets that reference, but if you know, you know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and check out my other videos. If you want to support me further, please consider supporting me on Patreon or buying from my affiliate links below. Thank you. Bye.